The UN Human Rights Commissioner Michelle Bachelet, in her first address at the UN Human Rights Commission in Geneva, has talked about several countries across the world which are subjecting their own citizens to human rights violations. Among these countries, India. And in India specifically, Michelle Bachelet refers to the human rights abuses and violations have taken place in Jammu and Kashmir. She talks about a report that the UN, that her predecessor, Prince Zayed al-Raad, made when he was the Human Rights Commissioner, talking about the severe violations that the people of Jammu and Kashmir have undergone. There have been references to the pellet gun injuries, to several people being blinded over the last couple of years in the wake of the death of Burhan Wani in 2016. Now, the question is, what does India do in response to Michelle Bachelet's comments? Several human rights activists, Khurram Parvez, notably a well-known human rights activist in Jammu and Kashmir, has pointed out that India hasn't done very much, and this is also Michelle Bachelet's complaint. She talks about how the Supreme Court's abolition of Section 377 on same-sex, which is a colonial era. She welcomes that abolition of Section 377, but she notes that the Indian government has absolutely taken no cognizance of the human rights report. Now, first things first, the government at the center, as well as the leadership in Jammu and Kashmir, the newly installed Governor Satyapal Malik, must sit together, although there is no government in Jammu and Kashmir, but the leadership in Delhi and in Kashmir must sit together and talk about what is to be done about these abuses. Several people have been injured, some have been killed by the security forces. What is to be done? How are citizens going to be safe in their own country? Second of all, the National Human Rights Commission, the NHRC, must take cognizance of these abuses, of these violations. As far as the UN is concerned, there are several games. There's a lot of politics in the international level. Delhi must address the UN, but must also tell the UN that it is taking action, and it must demonstrate the action that it takes, specifically by the NHRC and by its own steps within Jammu and Kashmir. This is Jyoti Malhotra for The Print.